This evening on ENN Tonight.
A turning point in political activism, how students are reacting to the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk.
I think gun violence is a huge issue.
Elon Student Government Association climbs their way into funding a huge part of healthy youth.
And rating the Alamance-Burlington school system, how its new score made history.
The stories and more.
ENN Tonight starts now. Good evening, and thank you for joining us for ENN Tonight. I'm Charlotte Pfabe.
And I'm Alice Morrissey. Let's dive right into this week's top stories.
After the assassination of conservative activist Charlie Kirk sparked nationwide attention, student groups on Elon's campus are speaking up about the situation and what it means for them as college students. ENN's Fiona McAllister spoke with these student leaders about Kirk's death and what their initial reactions to hearing about this news was. Let's take a look.
4 student presidents and one issue on their minds.
Gun violence doesn't spare anybody.
He made some comments that were pretty controversial not that while ago about gun violence.
An I statement, I think gun violence is a huge issue.
This is a greater issue because we're seeing this amongst the world, across countries where gun control is stricter.
Conservative activist Charlie Kirk was shot in the neck at Utah Valley University and died from his injuries that same day. A suspect is in custody and is looking to face both state and federal charges.
But at the end of the line at that conversation, we said, somebody's lost their life. This has to stop.
Very sad that he's young. He obviously has a wife and 2 kids, which is probably the more sad part.
Some students say they're not worried about sharing their political beliefs, even though Kirk, who was known for politically debating, was shot for speaking his mind.
I mean, no. But also, I don't think truly Charlie Kirk really feared for his own life, because the reality is we're human, and we don't think these things can affect us until they do affect us. I mean,
it's a little crazy to see, but no, I don't fear for my life. But yeah, no, not really.
Though both Cochran and Meeks say they don't walk around in fear, Turning Point USA, a group originally started by Kirk, is looking to start a chapter here at Elon, and its president, Mia Charbet, says she had to get campus police involved after she was threatened. But she's not backing down.
As much as we would want to say no, we are not afraid. There is definitely a certain level of our security. The reality is our safety is being threatened when you choose to speak up. But I think, as Charlie Kirk did, he knew that that was a threat. I think that it's still important to stand by your values. I wouldn't want to sacrifice that at all.
Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight.
And joining us now live in the studio is the president of Turning Point USA's chapter here at Elon, Mia Charbet. Mia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you're a freshman here at Elon.
Yes.
What sparked the idea to start a chapter of Turning Point USA here?
So I actually got a text from one of the secretaries at Turning Point USA only a day before Charlie Kirk was assassinated, saying that, we didn't have a chapter here, and I think she had seen my involvement just reaching out to North Carolina Republicans, and she asked if I wanted to start one. She said I only needed 2 friends who were willing to contribute, who wanted to start with me, and I had 2 friends who I knew were on board and shared similar values and views to me, and so we kind of started that process. And then after he was assassinated, there was a small pause, and then we've gotten right back on it now.
Yeah, so what are the main reasons why you support Turning Point USA?
I think that Turning Point USA overall as an organization stands up for freedom, and I think where the world is at right now, people see it as some extremist platform, but I think that in reality, it's standing up for the freedom of people to be able to disagree with Turning Point USA as well in itself. So, of course, it's a Republican organization, but everyone is welcome to speak. And I think that we shouldn't have to fear for our lives just to be able to speak the truth.
And you're not from the U.S., you're actually from London.
Yeah.
Tell me about why you're advocating for American policies.
Well, I mean, I've seen what's happened in the UK. It's kind of like what everyone is almost complaining about here. They haven't had those, so we don't have a lot of patriotism, and there are a lot of strict gun laws, and it's basically everything that people are complaining about. We don't have any of that. However, it's very dangerous, and people are starting to feel like they want to leave because they can't be proud of their country, because they feel like they're not able to speak their mind, but also express, freedom of religion or freedom of anything, really. So I've seen that and how that has been concerning for me, just going outside in a country that used to be much safer, and even though there was always issues, it very rapidly became increasingly unsafe. And I think that here I'm seeing how a lot of people say such negative things about this country, but they don't realize, that this is a great country, that you have rights that you really don't have in most other countries.
And looking forward to your next year at Elon, 4 years at Elon, what are you hoping for the chapter?
I hope to be able to grow the chapter, definitely, but I think most of all, I think there are a lot of people who share those values on campus and just want to feel heard and seen. And so I hope that people, that they stand up and that they are not afraid to share their opinions. I think that it's one thing, security fears and stuff, but if it's, you're fearful of being disliked, I think that fear, you need to get rid of that fear because it's just going to destroy you.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for your time, Mia.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. New York Democratic Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez canceled her visit to Raleigh this weekend following the fatal shooting of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Ocasio-Cortez was scheduled to speak with the North Carolina Democratic Party as a part of her national tour with Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders. She says her security protocols are not designed for the present time of political violence. Her visit to Raleigh hasn't been rescheduled.
One big portion of Healthy U and one big check to sign. Elon Student Government Association helped fund a big activity for students when it's all put together next fall. ENN's Fiona McAllister has more on these details.
The new Healthy U building will have some pretty large amenities, and Elon Student Government Association helped to make sure that the new climbing wall was one of them.
We knew that there were conversations about funding for the Healthy U building. I think that was something that we really just wanted to jump on because we thought that it was something that would be useful for our student activity fees.
SGA gave $250,000 towards the climbing wall, and because of this donation, SGA will have their name on part of the Healthy U building.
Ultimately, if we had not provided the funding that we did, there might have been a delay in the Healthy U building.
The building was delayed from spring 2026 to fall 2026 for its opening. Some students are excited for this wall and what it'll offer.
Yeah, I was thrilled. I'm not going to be here when it goes in, but that didn't really matter. I was just I'm so happy that climbers on campus are going to get to have facilities. I think that's going to be so exciting.
While others, like Elon senior Sarah Kars, isn't as thrilled that her tuition money is going towards something that she won't even be able to use.
Especially seniors, we don't see the Healthy U Center. I'm sure it'll be great, but we're never going to benefit from it.
Fiona McAllister, ENN Tonight.
And for students who can't physically use the new climbing wall, Bradich says that this funding decision was made to benefit majority of students of the student body and wasn't meant to exclude those who can't use it.
For the first time, the Alamance-Burlington school system has been labeled as low performing by the state of North Carolina. The numbers are out and they're not good. 20 out of 36 ABSS schools earned a D or an F this year, putting the district in the bottom 20% statewide. In a written statement from ABSS Superintendent Aaron Fleming to Elon News Network, he states that the data outlines significant challenges the district has faced, but says he is confident in the dedication of ABSS educators. He said his initial focus has been on stabilizing our finances and strengthening our facilities during my first year with the district. We have already initiated strategic leadership changes and are implementing new solutions to support our teachers and students as we address academics. These steps are a part of a comprehensive plan for sustainable improvement across the district. The early college at Alamance Community College remains the district's only A.
Stay tuned for a glimpse of fall this week. I have your Phoenix 5-day forecast after the break.
And riding into the next break, bowls, boots, and big wins. Stay tuned for more on Greensboro's annual Professional Bull Riders event.
I don't know why you're so sad. You've got a roof over your head.
You gotta stop with that depressing stuff. That's what white people think. You all right?
It just feels like it's coming from everywhere. I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Kudos, Carl. You've always had a need for speed. Racing anything with wheels, speed reading novels in record time, yelling out 3, 2, 1 at every traffic light. But this time, you've taken your power obsession to the next level. By purchasing this electric vehicle, you've given yourself instant torque that blows your old launch times away, which will keep you saying, "Woo-wee" every time you punch the pedal. Good for your adrenaline, great for the planet. That's the power of EV.
Well, it's been warm lately. Are we going to start seeing some fall weather soon, Mackenzie? How's it looking?
Thanks, Alice. Even though it has been warm lately, we're looking at a small cool down and some rain this week. Now for your Phoenix 5-day forecast. Tonight we'll have a low of 59 and some showers with wind gusts up to 23 miles an hour. The rain will continue into tomorrow along with some wind and a high of 65. More of the same on Wednesday with a high of 70, but it'll only rain for a few hours. Quick turnaround on Thursday with lots of sun, a high of 80. Even warmer on Friday with a high of 87 and clear skies. And finally, Saturday will be mostly sunny, 76% humidity and a high of 84. Atlantic hurricane season is not over yet. We're actually only about halfway through. There's currently a disturbance in the eastern tropical Atlantic region that's tracking towards Florida, and there's a 90% chance of cyclone or hurricane formation in the next week. We'll keep you updated. That's all. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Mackenzie. We'll make sure to pack our umbrellas this week.
Once a year, professional bull riders comes to Greensboro to compete in Cowboy Days. Our Anjolina Fantaroni has more on how the Carolina Cowboys competed in the games this week.
The largest bull riding league in the world is bucking into the First Horizon Coliseum. Now, let's take a look at the Triad's own Carolina Cowboys as they compete in Cowboy Days.
Riding into Greensboro are the men dressed in blue and white, originally from Winston-Salem. Other teams that competed included the Texas Rattlers and the Oklahoma Wildcatters. High Point University senior Kylan Starr says she had a great experience watching the sport in person.
Being able to see them do something that matters so deeply and that they put their entire life into and risking their life on a day-to-day basis for it, that was the best part.
Head coach of the Cowboys, Jerome Davis, told Elon News Network that the riders practiced with Navy SEALs this summer to prepare for the season ahead. Maverick Smith, rider from the Missouri Thunder, says the game didn't go the way he had hoped, but says every day is a new one.
We take the wins and the losses the same way, and we'll not think about it. After we leave this building, we don't think about that loss we had, and tomorrow will be a new day, and Just one goal is just to win.
The Carolina Cowboys were last to ride during PBR's Cowboy Days, but took the Game 5 win 3 days in a row. Anjolina, Fantaroni, ENN Tonight.
Elon Athletics took home multiple wins and a few losses this weekend at home and away. Elon football won 37-31 against Western Carolina Catamounts. Elon's men's soccer beat the University of South Carolina upstate at home 1-0. Elon volleyball fell to USC upstate 1-3 on Saturday in its final match of the Clemson-Wofford tournament. Looking ahead this week at home, men's soccer is playing Davidsonville College on Tuesday at Rudd Field. Volleyball is playing Hampton University on Friday and Saturday at Schar Center. Elon's women's tennis is opening its fall season at home on Friday and Saturday, hosting the Jimmy Powell Invitational. For more sports, pick up a copy of last week's Fall Sports Special Edition of The Pendulum, which is on shelves until Tuesday.
Haggard Avenue remains closed between North Williamson and O'Kelly Avenues until September 23rd as construction crews continue installing raised crosswalks. The new crosswalks are painted red and use a brick pattern stencil to look like bricks. Today at Elon's website says the roads will be open on weekends, but the road was actually closed during parts of this past weekend. The daily closures run from 8 in the morning to 5 in the evening. Starting Wednesday, work moves east on Haggard Avenue between O'Kelly Avenue and Oak Street with lane restrictions instead of full closures. And some Elon students aren't super happy about that.
Definitely not good. This is a really busy road, so like it's always people are going back and forth on this road. So
not really. I mean, the only thing that's impacted is maybe a 5-minute detour around where I need to go. Other than that, there's nothing really much. So
honestly, I kind of like it because then walking to class over from there, I'm not worried about getting hit by a car. I've had some like close calls of people just speeding through, so I kind of feel a bit safer with it. Not gonna lie.
Detours and traffic control will be in place, and drivers are encouraged to use caution or seek alternative routes. Up next, a colorful tradition in Newman Lumen that starts and ends here at Elon.
They're quirky, controversial, and taking over campus, why Labubus are the must-have and most debated toy at Elon.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Even more than I wanted a gold medal, I wanted a heart of gold, like the mentors who were my balance beams refusing to let me down, and the coaches who spoke out to anything out of bounds, heroes who never stood on podiums, but stood up for me. Every shot I made, give the assist to those who since my youth were referees, ready to blow the whistle and end abuse.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Kudos, Carl. You've always had a need for speed. Racing anything with wheels, speed reading novels in record time, yelling out 3, 2, 1 at every traffic light. But this time, you've taken your power obsession to the next level. By purchasing this electric vehicle, you've given yourself instant torque that blows your old launch times away, which will keep you saying, woo-wee. every time you punch the pedal. Good for your adrenaline, great for the planet. That's the power of EV.
From the famous singer Cher to pro tennis player Naomi Osaka, a new fashion trend has been grabbing lots of attention. ENN's Lily Molina has more on this fluffy fab.
If you've been scrolling through your social media lately, you've probably seen this on your For You page. This is a Labubu, and it's taken pop culture and campus by storm.
I thought it was really cute, and I was like, I need it.
These little toys come in different boxes, and due to high demand, the prices can range from $30 to $100.
I spent $90?
Despite their popularity, these toys are quite controversial, with some people in support of having Labubus and others on the hate train.
They think they're ugly. I think that's just jealousy. I think people are upset that they don't have one.
It's because I only ever heard the hate, but then when I saw them, I was like, wait, I want one.
For Kochman, he has one thing to say to the Elon community.
And really just appreciate the joy that the Labubus bring us all. And maybe you guys should give Labubus a shot too.
Now, let's do an unboxing. Oh my god! Okay, we have Lychee Berry here. Lily Molina, ENN Tonight.
Thank you so much, Lily, for that report. We actually have some Labubus here in the studio with us. I have this one that I don't know if it was shown in the package, but
I have this pink one. I believe it was. Thanks, Lily, for letting us borrow this. Charlotte, where do you stand on this debate?
Yeah, so I'm a little iffy about Labubus, if I'm being honest. I know people really value them because they are pretty expensive for some things, like she said, like $30 to $100 depending on the drop of them. I've also seen people put them in plastic encasing to protect them, and they attach them to their bags. Would you ever do that?
I love a good accessory. I do not personally have a Labubu, but I think it's pretty funny when I see them around campus. Well, speaking of fashion trends, in a display of culture and creativity, Elon's University's Black Student Union presented Art Around the World, a fashion show showing off clothes from all over the globe. Each model presented 2 outfits representing different countries or an art style. Some looks were inspired by Indian princesses and Chilean street art. The runway was built in a cross formation, giving the audience a chance to view all designs from different angles. The event aims to celebrate diversity, art, and beauty beyond borders, bringing together culture and creativity on the catwalk. Attendees praised the show for bringing art to life and highlighting diversity at Elon.
Elon's Department of Performing Arts made its way to Playbill's list of schools with the most alumni performing on Broadway. Elon received an honorable mention on this list, which included New York University, the Juilliard School, and even Yale University. Earlier this year, The Hollywood Reporter named Elon one of the world's best drama schools for 2025. The university ranked 23rd and was the only North Carolina private school featured. Over 20 Elon alumni are currently performing on Broadway.
2 Tibetan monks from Kadampa Center created the green Tara sand mandala. This is the 12th year these monks were invited to create the mandala in the Newman Lumen sacred space. The mandala honors the green Tara, a figure known in the Buddhist religion who represents peace and compassion. Students were able to visit the Newman Lumen space over the course of 3 days to watch the monks create the mandala with different colored sand.
Invoke the intention of compassion, the intention of peace, the intention of easing hardship, but also for the Truett Center, it's an intention-setting event for getting people in the door, having people, come into the sacred space, showing people that, hey, we put on all sorts of fun events here.
At the closing ceremony, the mandala was destroyed and people who came to watch were given bags of the sand to remember what the mandala stood for. Music, food, and thousands of fans. How the North Carolina Folk Festival turned Greensboro into a weekend celebration of culture and community.
Hot dogs, pups, and live music. How Elon's Dog Day Mixer is bringing students and the community together, one tail wag at a time.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
In 4 days. There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children. She didn't know what to do.
Did you have a good day at school?
She gave them some broth without any bread.
There you go.
And kissed them all soundly.
Night night.
Good night. And put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
Women are bad with money. That's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now we've got something to say.
Save it. It's time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Until we're no longer 80% more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
Save it. The falsehoods, the feelings of fault.
Then, the funds. Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
I've always been told I gotta be strong. Thick skin, tough as nails. But to be everything for everybody, it wears on you. Black don't crack, they say. But it can. We all can. Reach out to a friend if you see them going through it. No matter who you are, being vulnerable is what makes us whole. Learn how to help at seizetheawkward.org.
The Elon Community Church held its annual Dog Day Mixer with tons of pups and music. ENN's Ashley Schneider has more on the festivities.
Elon's Dog Day Mixer was open to all students and locals who wanted to bring their pet dogs and eat some hot dogs. Along with the hot dogs and pups, the live music was also a favorite. Elon business professor Bob Martin said that this event is a great way to support students outside of the classroom.
You know, it's just a time to have fun and enjoy, and it's a way to give back to the students who, mean so much to us at the church.
This event aims to support Elon's new students who might be missing their pets and hopes to bring the community together. Associate pastor at Elon Community Church, Sharon Wheeler, says that this event is a great way to get to know Elon's students.
Well, it's great to get community out, and it's great to meet the students across the street because we love connecting with the students.
Ashley Schneider, ENN Tonight.
Greensboro's annual Folk Festival had a series of free concerts hosted around the area, with bands from across the country playing at the event. Tons of concert lovers came to enjoy the event. Attendees enjoyed bands, food, art, and merch. Headliners throughout the weekend included bands like Sammy Ray and Friends, Arrested Development, and Sleep Canyon Ranger. With over 800 people attending the final night, volunteers say that the festival is an event for the people, by the people. The North Carolina Folk Festival's motto is "Find a Common Sound," a phrase that represents the unity and sense of community the event aims to foster in the Greensboro area. This year's festival featured 6 stages and approximately 60 performances. The event made this possible through sponsorship and public donations.
Funness through reaching out with the community, seeing what the community needs and how they can help each other build this festival to bring Greensboro together. It's really amazing that they do this all for free.
The North Carolina Folk Festival will return to Greensboro next fall, continuing its mission to unite the community through music, culture, and free public celebrations. After some rain earlier in the month, Elon University's Student Organization Fair was postponed to this Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. on Young Commons. In years before, the Student Organization Fair has taken place within the first weeks of the academic year.
Well, that's all we have for you this evening. Thank you so much for joining us for ENN Tonight.
Head over to our website, elonnewsnetwork.com, for sports, stories, and more.
And make sure to follow us on Elon News Network. Have a great night, Elon.